Welcome home to the JJ Pearce neighborhood of Richardson, Texas. Now you may have heard of a popular neighborhood here called the Reservation. Well, JJ Pearce is directly north of that, and these two neighborhoods are really synonymous with each other. They feel the same, they feed into the same highly rated Mohawk Elementary and JJ Pearce High School. And because these are both smaller neighborhoods, if you live in the Reservation, it's common you're going to be walking up here in the JJ Pearce neighborhood. Again, if you're looking in the Reservation, you should also be looking in JJ Pearce. And today we'll be touring this beautiful home behind me. Then I'll take you on a tour of the neighborhood, and then we're going to take a look at, as a first-time home buyer, how much would you need to make to be able to afford a home like this in this neighborhood here in Richardson, Texas. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area, and if you're looking to buy or sell in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that is in the description below. Let's get started with the home tour. This beautiful traditional home you're looking at has 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 3 large living areas, tons of natural light, tall ceilings, is a spacious 2,785 square feet, and can be yours today for just $825,000. It was originally built in 1979 and has been fully renovated, including a new HVAC system, windows, and they've replaced the cast iron plumbing line, which is a huge plus in neighborhoods of this age. That alone could cost you $20,000 to $40,000 to replace, so that's a huge value. This location is unbeatable. You're walking distance from both Mohawk Elementary and JJ Pearce High School, and within just 4 minutes you've got all the shops, restaurants, recreation, and amenities you need, like Target, Sprouts Grocery, Starbucks, Cocina, the Greenwood Hills Community Pool, as well as the University of Texas at Dallas. All of this is within just 4 minutes of your house, and this renovation is incredible. All of the design choices are on trend. You can tell everything was professionally done, and just wait until you see the master retreat and bath. I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of this home on your own, and I'll be back to show you the neighborhood shortly. I hope you've enjoyed this home tour, and if you're interested in this house, call me today and let's go see it. Now let's move on to the neighborhood. Imagine walking your kids to school every day in this quiet, friendly neighborhood with beautiful tree-lined streets and top-rated schools, all just minutes from Dallas, Texas. The first homes were built in this neighborhood in 1978 and continued into the early 80s. It was to be a housing development adjacent to the then recently built JJ Pearce High School. As you can see, there are always people walking out, kids riding their bikes, families driving their golf golf carts over to the Greenwood Hills community pool. It's a very active neighborhood, and so it's easy to meet new people and make new friends here. We've talked a lot about location already, but you may not have realized that Richardson, being the very first city directly north of Dallas, is actually only 16 miles from downtown Dallas, so it's very convenient. And remember those amenities I mentioned earlier, like Sprouts Grocery and Starbucks, they're literally connected to the neighborhood in this big shopping center. Okay, now we're taking a look at how much money you would need to make to afford this house. What you see here, this is my max affordability calculator. I want to walk you through all the assumptions that I'm using here. And if you want to copy this calculator as part of my home finance course, there's a link for that in the description below. But starting out, I'm assuming you want to put just 5% down. Your interest rate is going to be about 6.1%. That's what we're around right now for conventional. You're doing a 30-year mortgage, your property tax rate of 1.75%. If you look online, the property tax is going to be higher, but if this is your primary residence, you're going to have a homestead exemption. And I actually live here in Richardson, and when I calculated mine, it came out to about 1.75 after homestead. Your insurance rate, the multiplier I use is going to be 0.6. That should be pretty accurate. I'm doing conventional, assuming you have good credit. That's above, let's say, a 740. You have no HOA fees, and your income tax rate is going to be around 24%. So this is also assuming that you have no other fixed debts. So this is just best case. You have a very low budget. You have no car payments, no anything. Then at a $225,000 gross income, of course, that's household income. When we go over to our dashboard, that gives us an estimated max purchase price of about that $825,000 number. The payment, including taxes, insurance, everything, is going to be around $6,750 a month. So if we look down here, that gets us to what's known as a moderate comfort level. A lot of people want to be closer to the traditional, which is the 28-36 rule. However, for first-time home buyers right now, so usually if you're buying in this price point, you're selling your old house using the equity, so the loan is going to be smaller. But if you're a first-time home buyer right now in 2024, with rates where they are, most first-time home buyers are spending about 38% of their gross income on their housing payment. But I also want you to know that's temporary, and I made a video on this. As time goes on, your salary will increase. You'll have a chance to refinance down, and if you watch this video next, you'll see, but even within the next 5 years, even if you're buying at 38% of your gross income, it should be down below like 28% over the next 5 years. But you can learn more about that in that video. But realistically, it would be 36% of your gross income or 43% of your net income. If you are willing to do that because it works for your budget and you have no other payments and low expenses, then you could afford this $825,000 house on a $225,000 salary. And just to show you a little more about this calculator, I mean, it really takes into account everything. Here's your other cost estimator. You're going to put in the size of the house and, you know, figure out your utilities. Do you have an older home? Is it a new construction home? It's going to help you kind of estimate what change you're going to have in utilities, as well as how much you should save for maintenance based on the age of the house. This one's nicely renovated. It's probably going to have a lower maintenance budget than some other houses. Yeah, there's just a lot of helpful, you know, quick things. If this is your baseline, 5% lower, then your monthly payment's going to be $338 lower. This is probably my favorite part. So for example, if 825 is your max at a 6750, then you want to know, well, what if I bought an $800,000 house? Well, it's only going to be $198 a month lower. So what if you want to go all the way down to a 700? Then you can very quickly see that's going to save you about $1,017 a month. So a lot of helpful tools. This teaches you how your debt to income ratio is calculated, what lenders are looking at, what the max they would approve you for is, because you should also know this number is not the max you'll get approved for. You probably could get approved even up to $1 million, but you don't want to spend that. You want to be somewhere between these two numbers, moderate and traditional. Again, depending on your specific budget and financial comfort level. And if you're not sure how much you should be spending on a mortgage or how much you actually realistically are able to, then my home finance course is something that would be really helpful for you. We go through your actual bank account and figure out your personal spending habits, because lenders don't look at that. They don't care about that. So the only way to make sure you don't go broke buying a house is you have to have a firm grasp on your personal spending habits, and that's what we go through in that course. All right, that's it for this video. Sorry about the terrible lighting in this little room, but as always, if you're looking to buy or sell in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, or if you're interested in this house, I'd love to connect. Call, text, or shoot me an email. All that's in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.